How goes the family? Welcome back to Pattersonell Properties. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. You're going to see me doing my first video in regards to driving for dollars for the first time. I've driven for dollars on a multitude of occasions and whatnot, but this will be the first time you actually see me driving for dollars. Neighborhood where the property values are low, or a neighborhood that one could consider the property values might be high. But the neighborhood is very old and distressed and whatnot, but it is in an impeccable location and whatnot. And that's one thing and after going down there, this area is called Dumfries, Virginia, which is located in Prince William County. It's part of Northern Virginia, the DMV area. After driving through, and I grew up in this area, so as far as in Prince William County in itself, not in Dumfries, but on the Woodbridge side of the county. And it was interesting to see the potential, because this area is, from a suburban perspective, was always considered, lower income in the hood and things of that nature that you're going to see me driving around. However, the area has always been in an impeccable location, whether one wants to believe it or not, because it's located about 45 minutes from Washington, D.C. Everybody knows Washington, D.C. is a very expensive city. It's getting close to New York City cost of living prices. I don't think the taxes are as high as it is in New York City or New York State, but the cost of living is definitely getting closer to New York City standards. And it's in position, as I want to see, it's in position of between, as you see here on the map, it's located between Quantico Marine Base. It's north of the Marine Base, and it's south of Fort Belvoir Army Base. So no matter where you live in the United States of America, if there's a military base, there's money to be made. That's why you have a lot of government contract companies out there. That's just what it is. They help service the military and the federal government in regards to conducting their mission, just like state and local governments do the same thing. There's a lot of money to be made in any sort of government and whatnot, and a lot of corporations will tell you that. So it's not a big secret. It's been like that for decades now. So there's no cat out of the bag on that one. Anyways. So, in the DMV area, it's a lot of great paying jobs. In Prince William County area, there's a lot of great paying jobs within the county and surrounding the county, from Fairfax County to the city of Alexandria to Washington, D.C. to Arlington County, so it's, even if you look at the Manassas area from Chantilly to Centerville to Loudoun County, these are some of the richest counties in the nation. Fairfax County and Loudoun County and whatnot, some of the richest counties in the nation. DC, there's nothing but money flowing through there on all multiple levels. So it's very interesting all at the same time. But I went through this area because and it's funny, once you see the video, next time I'm going to drive around where they're putting up these new overpriced condos and whatnot. There's a casino that they've put there. So obviously you see that they're trying to clean this area up, whether one wants to believe it or not. It's like I said on my other channel, LarrysAnythingGoes. Once you see certain things pop up, gentrification is around the corner, like a casino, like a Whole Foods, like a Starbucks. Once you start seeing these things, that the slowly but surely a neighborhood is going to change. So I even said to the people that live on that channel, I'm going to say it on this channel, if you live in Dumfries, Virginia, and you don't own real estate and you plan to stay in Dumfries, Virginia, then now's the time to own, because your rent might be considered quote unquote reasonable right now, but I foresee your rent going up, meaning that you might, and if you can't afford to pay the higher rent, then you will be evicted. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that's the American way, and that we've seen that happen in major cities all over the place. And with the interest rates being where they're at now, if you can afford to buy, then now is the time to buy. Even if you don't want to stay, maybe use the place later on as a rental property. Do the house hacking, where you buy the house, live in it for a year, or you buy the house and, like I've had friends do, they rent the rooms out and basically that pays for the mortgage and they just pay for the utilities and anything that happens to the house. They bank a lot of money and they just go from there. But now's the time to buy, because you will be evicted if you cannot afford the new rent that is coming, because I see it, from a casino to them trying to clean the area up, because the area is one of the oldest towns in the United States of America. And that's the mantra of Dumfries, Virginia. And being in the middle of two military bases and being surrounded by rich counties and being close to one of the richest cities in the country, Washington, D.C., it's just inevitable. So with that being said, Enjoy the video. It's, it's raw. It's me just recording it on my cell phone, and continuously make money moves or live broke like a fool. That's all I got to say. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. And don't forget to do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Take care. How goes the family? I am driving for dollars right now, and I came across this specific house right here. And if this doesn't say distressed property, I don't know what does. Okay, you can get a good look at it. Alrighty, now we're gonna roll out. So obviously this house has a lot of damage and whatnot. Usually when I go driving for dollars, I like to find the oldest neighborhoods around, and I'm in Dumfries, Virginia right now, in one of the oldest neighborhoods in the county. So while we're young, so yeah, I'm in like one of the oldest neighborhoods in the county and whatnot, and these homes are like back from the 1950s and 60s time frame. So yeah, and I just came across that house, and I sent that person a postcard, and I'm actually gonna skip trace him and call him and whatnot, because when you see houses like that, you're just like, okay, obviously, it's boarded up. It looks like there was a fire, possible explosion or something to that effect, So obviously the person might need assistance, or they might be waiting for their insurance. You never know what the case may be, but they're looking for something, So yeah, I'm just like, I saw that. I was just like, okay, this is a possible chance for, might be able to find an investment property. If not, I can at least open the doors of conversation and whatnot. Like, hey, if you're interested in things of that nature, or if maybe you have another property that you might want to sell and whatnot. I'm taking one thing I want to do in 2021 is just be more proactive and take action and whatnot. Like this house is for rent right here. And they'll find a renter, because that's one thing. If your house looks decent and whatnot, and in my personal opinion right now in 2021, there's not many houses for sale, and there's not many houses for rent and whatnot. For the most part, people are doing their darndest to stand still, because we live in a time period where things are very unpredictable and whatnot. But I just wanted to do this little ride along, because it's been a minute since I've just done a video showing what just driving for dollars is all about. I use the Deal Machine app. If you want to get a discount using Deal Machine app, because with that you can skip trace and you can call the owner on the spot, and with that you can definitely send a postcard to the owner, so you can get a 2-for-1 deal and whatnot. And I think that, in my personal opinion, I think that's always a beautiful thing if you can get a 2-for-1 deal. In regards to wanting to, have to put you down for a second, but matter of fact, you can get a 2-for-1 deal and whatnot with the Deal Machine app by sending a postcard. And I took a picture of the house in itself. A lot of times you can find the houses on the internet, but it's nothing. When you're driving for dollars, you want to be able to take a picture of the house itself and then upload it to the Deal Machine app, and then that way you can send the postcard to the owner. It'll have the app provides the address, and you can skip trace, meaning you can get the phone number of the owner and go from there. All right, so it's very interesting. I'll put you down for 1 second because I got to back out. This is interesting. That's one thing I can say I like about driving for dollars. It's always an interesting experience. And you're able to just go from there, and and sometimes you might even end up meeting people. You just never know. So always keep your options open. But yeah, I'm gonna head on out. But figured I was like, let me record this. I make enough videos while I'm inside the house and whatnot. Don't try not to get out as much anymore, for obvious reasons. We are in the pandemic. We are in COVID, and we try to keep it going out limited as possible. Just keep it very limited as possible. So, but yeah, that's my whole thing. It's like, let me get out here and start making this a weekly thing. A lot of people drive for dollars like every day. And I try to I used to do it like on a monthly basis. Now I'm going to make it on a weekly basis, and then go from there. Keep running into these dead ends. So sorry about that, guys. But the show must go on, as they say. So, all right. So yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, this is interesting. Like I said, this is the kind of neighborhoods I usually drive through, where you think, you never know. Might find a distressed property, might not, but that's what and most of these houses over here are actually owned by people who are quote unquote considered motivated sellers, people who are, absentee owners. That's the word I was looking for. They're absentee owners, so people that the ones that actually own the house, but they don't live in the neighborhoods and whatnot. If you don't know what an absentee owner is, but I figured I'd just give you guys the physical perspective and location and whatnot, because these are kind of, when you're a wholesaler like myself, you're looking for distressed properties, you're looking for motivated sellers, and right now you might have a big upheaval of motivated sellers just because you have a lot of people that aren't paying rent because they can't pay rent. Like I said, I'm not saying it as it's a bad thing or sly towards anybody else, because if you can't pay rent, you can't pay rent, So you might have some landlords, like, they might be in forbearance, but they don't want to be in forbearance forever and whatnot. And they're like, I don't want the responsibility of being a landlord anymore. And I totally get that as well. So it's just one of those things, But yeah, these are the kind of neighborhoods I like to drive through and just go from there. So, you might find some motivated sellers. A lot of times I end up meeting contractors, and in real estate, you want to know as many good, decent contractors as you can find and whatnot. So, but that's about it. Figured I'd give you guys a little tour, give you guys my perspective in regards to wholesale and real estate and how I do it, where I do it at, and things of that nature. This is just one location, but figured I'd just give you a little step-by-step play and go from there. So I'm gonna put the phone, cut it short, because I'm not trying to get in trouble or put my life or anyone else's life in danger and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a wholesaler or a real estate investor within the DMV area or anywhere, I would love to connect with you. Okay, so definitely let me know, and we can go from there. All right, take care.